Hi there, welcome back to the channel. So, I'm really excited. I was going to capture me recording a guide track on camera, but I just did a test one and it actually worked. So I think I'm just going to let it be the take, because it's such a pain to record it. But I want to talk you through it in case you've never done it before, because this is like the building blocks of the fundamental first thing I do in order to start one of these one-man band recording things. And what I basically do is record my songs as best I can. They're kind of in demo form, and at the end I want to make a record out of it. I've already done one. The first record was called Die Some, and it was 10 songs. This is the second record. I'm like 7 songs in, and I'm trying to make the next 3 to 4 just be outstanding. I want the rest of them to be like better than what I've already recorded. This one's a re-record of a song that just had a few issues that I was able to clean up with a co-writer. My co-writer Mark, and he and I got the song, I think, a lot better than the original recording. So now I'm going to record it again, but I would like to record all these songs with them eventually in some, fancy studio with some major names. So that's the goal now that we're back working together. But I want to completely finish it the best I can myself. Obviously, I'm not going to drum anywhere near the way John drums. I'm not going to do anything as well as the band does. Mark's guitar, the bass playing, Alex, and all that, they're all far superior to me on the instruments. But what I can do is at least get a working model of the song, even releasable to my standards, like, kind of a punk thing, and then ultimately, make something super awesome with them. But you have to get the song going in order to do any of those things. So you got to get to work and start recording on your Zoom. That's what I'm going to do. Alright, so I've got this guide track, and what I do is I'll know the arrangement going in, and I knew the arrangement of this song, and I knew exactly what I was going to do, and I just start playing it right at the beginning, following the metronome. That's important. And the tempo for this song ended up being 108. I think it was like 103, maybe 100 the first go around, and Mark suggested we boost it a little just to give it a little more gas, get it moving a little bit more. So I got it up to 108. That seemed to be the comfortable. I couldn't go any faster than that and still pull the riff off. Here, I can do it through here. Okay, so that's the riff. Now, the goal is to record it on here with the metronome going so that I can then play the drums to it, lay my drum track down. Now the guitar is out of play. We disable that. Record real guitar, real bass, real vocals, all that. So this is just like, a guide track. If you love your guitar recording, of course you could keep it, and I could be doing it on real amps, and I've done it before where I go guitar first. But for this song, I think it works better to have the guitar track laid down, then you lay the drums down on top of that, using this guide track as your way to get through your drum part. Alright, so the only thing that I do, this is really simple to do if you haven't figured out how to do this yet. This is easy and essential. You're just going to plug in directly, use the regular guitar cable to plug directly in. And it works better if you make your own guitar cable that has like a 3-pin connector. They don't never slip out because these are kind of slippery. Somebody suggested that on the channel a while back, and I thought it was a great idea. You just turn the one end of a guitar cable that you might use in here a lot into a 3-pin connector, and that way it wouldn't slip. Okay, so once you have your guitar plugged into input 1, you're going to turn on your high Z because this is a low input signal. You're going to arm your track, make sure it's red, and then I go to Pan EQ and just make sure that track is in 100, just a unity gain. And then make your way over. You hit the button 1724 up here, then take your trackpad and work your right arrow over to the red button, and that's also at 100. That master fader is at 100. That's unity gain. Now I'm going to work my way all the way back to number 1 and just sit there with the Pan EQ selector, exit that, and I know that my input strip is at 100 and the master is at 100. I'm going to check the effect, and I usually use this first one, but there's lots of things you can do. That's the Z clean, and then you can go to the next one which has chorus on it. Then you have this sort of, I don't know what this is. It's kind of a clean, dirty. Number 3, and this is the 4th one because it starts at 00, is the Vox. The dirty selection, the distorted one, has another Vox. This tweed is, I don't like it. It just falls apart. And then this big crunch is kind of the same thing. I don't know what this one is. It's a little better, but not much. Don't like that. I don't really like this kind of stuff. I just like real amplifiers. But perfect for this kind of application. And if this is all you have and you like it, use it, because that's the way it works, you know. I just dig this real stuff. I like miking guitar amps. You just get the room and you can make feedback and just, you know, all the work you put into setting up your amplifier, speaker choices and all that. Just get more out of it. Okay, so now that's how I set everything up. You're going to hit the red button, record play. You had to do that for starters in order to get anything to work. And also if you want to check your tuning, you go to Tool and then you hit Tuner, blah, blah, blah. I tuned up before, and I'm actually not going to play this. I'm just going to show you what I've done. So now I'm going to go back. I made a little mark at 3, and you can hear what I did. And what I'm going to do is just make sure that it's sitting on the metronome. As I watch the metronome, listen to the track, and make sure that the riff is sitting on that beat. Right there was no rest, so it's like, sorry. I used to go, and I had like this rest moment, but it was too tricky for a whole band to know when to come back in again. So now I just right into the riff. The only gap is coming up when the middle 8 section starts, and it's just a beat. It's like. So that was the only little rest moment. It's right before. Okay, so I think everything's okay with the guitar part because it stayed on beat all the way through the song. Everything's fine there. Now I just moved the unit back here, put the headphones on, and start practicing my drums. Once I lay down the drums, I can then disregard this guide track, record my real guitar with my microphones, my bass guitar, which I do plug in direct on bass. It's so much easier. And I do not have a bass amp right now. And back when I was recording on tape, I found that to be the biggest challenge. The booming sound of the bass, and trying to control it with a compressor and a limiter and all that stuff. So I find that plugging in direct is godsend. So I'm glad that the Zoom offers that. I just don't dig it for guitar as much. Okay, so let me just show you really quickly what I've decided to do with the drums, and then the exciting part is I can just get right on it. Now that I've got this guide track done, everything worked. It's pretty important, because as you can see, this is it. If this was incorrect and I try to play drums to it, the drums are incorrect. And I'm not saying that was like the best execution, but it was on tempo, so I can play along to it on tempo, and then when I really record, I'm going to make sure to execute everything just right. But the most important part of this guide track is just getting that tempo down. Alright, so hopefully that helped. I'm going to now show you, just what I'm going to do on drums, and none of this is set in stone. And when it's really played, because the goal of this, I made a whole record with the Zoom of 10 songs. That one's called Die Some. This is my second one. I'm like probably 6 songs in, because I've recorded, I don't know, maybe 12 songs, but I only like 5 or 6 of them. So the other ones, I let them go. It was like 4 or 5 tunes. And I'm just trying to get the best songs together. I record them in here and do the best I can. In my mind, I want them to be releasable, and I'm actually going to compile it into another record. But my ultimate goal is to take, the best of these songs and record them with my band, because these guys are, light years ahead of me as far as players go. And it's just fun. It's just like more. It's like, instead of being by myself, it's a group. And when you play with other people and write with other people, there's just more. It's not just your thing. It's everybody else putting their energy in too. So that's my goal. It's like, if this song could be recorded, by a major, by somebody that we really like, at a really awesome studio, that would be a cool goal to pursue and achieve. All right, so I'm going to show you really quickly what I will do on drums. Nothing near what John's going to do, because it's just like a unbelievable drummer, incredible drummer. Even Albini said so. So that's pretty major when you get a compliment from him. He did not pass those out. All right, so I'll be right back. I'm going to just show you real quick. Okay, hopefully you can see me back there. I hope it's not too obscured. I'm back behind the death chair. Alright, so I've got the unit on. Now, the first thing that happens, let me turn off the record button so I don't hear all that noise. So I'm going to turn it up a bit. First thing that happens is the opening riff, and I have the part that I play to that goes something like this. So it's like, sorry, the first riff is, the second one goes, and I thought about splitting the toms, going like, but it's just more dissonant, so then I've switched to just doing both sticks on the tom, so it's like, and then it goes to a basic beat. You'll see in a second. Hold on, here we go. Sorry. Sorry, I'm trying to get on the beat. Right there, you got to get on that. That's the little middle 8 section. You got to get on it, you have the little rest, and then you. I've got to work on my little triplets here. I'll work on that, don't worry, it won't be so terrible when I actually track it. Alright, so that's what I'm going to be doing. Sorry. Can't get the words out. That is what I'm going to be doing. The basic riff is like. And then you have the. So I got my work cut out for me. What I'll be doing for the next few days is doing this, practicing this over and over again, because I find out the longer I've discovered that the more you work, the extra time you put in, just makes it that much easier. Because if you come in here and you're unprepared, it just takes, you know, so much longer. So I like to practice more now, not try to rush myself into doing the take. I try to, you know, spend a little more time practicing so there's less frustration when I go to track. All right, hopefully everybody out there is having a successful, you know, operation. Whenever you're trying to record, it's going well. And if you need any help or anything like that, do not hesitate to reach out. I like to help people, and I know how frustrating it is if you're in the middle of a project and you're having trouble with the machine, can't get it to do what you want it to do. So don't hesitate to reach out. Next time, friends.